Right guys, I just want to spend a few minutes at the start of this video talking about ball valves. I know it's a bit of a boring conversation, but I just want to show you which ones I fit now and the reasons why I fit them. Let me just spin the camera around quickly. Alright, so these Fluid Master Pros are the ones I used to fit, the ones with the brass shank. There's quite a few like these, like the Torbex, the Working, the Siamp. Right, these are the ones with the adjustable stems. And I first heard about this a couple of years ago when I did my RPZ course, that these were slowly starting to be not so popular because of the adjustable stem. And the reason why, I actually got picked up on an inspection just before Christmas, and I got told basically please don't fit these anymore. And the reason why is because people are putting the blue chemical blocks inside the cisterns, these seals are failing, and then the water is being back siphoned back into the main. So there was a case study, I'll put a link in the description, of I think there was 22 cases, something like that, of where the water board went out and they've got blue water in the main. It was caused by these ball valves, the seals failing. So you know the ones that you can slide up and down. Fluid Master, these have been out a while. I've been fitting these a while now, to be fair. These are the Air Gap 6000s. So these don't adjust on the stem, these are just on the flow. So these are fully now compliant. They're BS 1212 compliant. I think they've got I always get confused with my air gaps. I think these have got like an AG air gap in them. I should have done my research first. So yeah, these have got an AG air gap. So these are different. These don't adjust on the stem, these are just on the flow. So these are fully compliant. And basically, they're the only ones, apart from the non-adjustable ones, that I fit now. Because, as I say, I got picked up on my inspection for my approved plumber thing, whatever that means. Then basically, they said basically fit these. I know I said basically a lot there, but it's not scripted this. So yeah, obviously I'm not sponsored by Fluid Master. There's probably other ones on the market, but they're the ones I fit now. They've got a brass shank, they're fully compliant, and they're just better. As I say, I'll post a link for the case study in the thing. Obviously you guys can fit what you want, it's up to you, but they're the ones I fit, and as I say, I don't want to get in trouble. So I've just had that one in the van a while. I don't know what I'll do with it, but as I say, the box is a little bit crushed. But as I say, in theory, if it was on a private water supply or a tank fed supply, you could fit that. Because obviously it's not directly onto the main. But if it's onto the main, I fit them ones. And obviously your part 2s are fine anyway, because the air gap comes over the top. Obviously you wouldn't fit a part 1 ball valve anymore. The other thing I should have said, I think a lot of these adjustable ones are no longer on the RAS website. So there is a list of all like compliant components you can fit in plumbing. I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure that a lot of these have been taken off. I know a lot of the companies were appealing it, or that's what I heard, but I'm pretty sure they didn't win and they actually lost their RAS approval. So a lot, as I say, a lot of the adjustable ones, or all of the adjustable ones, I don't think you can fit anymore. Certainly not as an approved plumber. So if you do get an inspection from the water board and they pick you up on that, obviously you'll have to go around and change all the ones you fitted. So I just fit them ones. Yeah guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm just back on this job today. We've got a electric shower to fit. It's a Triton T80Z, not my first choice of shower, it's what's been spec'd. I normally go for like a Myra or something like that with electric showers. And we've got the shower screen to fit and the wood burner. So we'll see how well we get on. I've just had a quick look at how they've done the mermaid board, and they've left us a little bit tight with a hole where they brought the cable and the pipe, but hopefully we should be able to get over it. We'll have a look anyway. So yeah, that's what we're cracking on with today. And say hopefully we have a decent enough day. Luckily the weather's nice and cool now as well, so yeah, I'll try and get some shots as we go along and we'll crack on. Like mermaid board tile stuff, I've got to try and get this electric shower fitted. I might have to try and cut a hole higher up. I don't know why they brought it both out one hole. It shouldn't matter too much hopefully, because it's a Triton T80Z, that was what was specified. I need to give this tray clean out as well. It's a mess. I haven't done any of that, I've only just arrived. We'll make sure it's not damaged or anything. Hopefully I can make it cover on the hole. I don't really know why they've drilled such a big hole. Obviously to slide the board in, but it didn't need to be that big. So hopefully, I've just had a quick look, it looks like it's going to be really tight. I don't know where I've put my shower now. But anyway, that's what I've got to do. And then obviously they've already silicone around the bottom, it's probably full of rubbish, so I might end up having to clean all that off or do that again. And obviously I've got my screen to fit. So yeah, it's just one of them days today where, I don't know, that's why sometimes you're better off just doing the jobs yourself, but we'll sort it hopefully. Yeah, that's brilliant. Just for cleaning up a mess. Obviously I haven't made this mess, but what we need to do is make sure there's absolutely no damage on the tray, and then we'll get some protector down on it. So So we'll give that a good clean out and hopefully it's alright. Should be, to be fair. It's just probably just a muck. I don't think anybody's actually dropped anything on it. It just doesn't look very good. And then if this silicone has got all bits in it, we're going to end up having to cut all that out and do that again as well. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get my multi-tool out. We're going to carefully multi-tool this out. Obviously we'll have to fully silicone behind this anyway. Just give that cable a little bit more flex. And then I'm just looking at this shower. I might just be able to trim that down a little bit. Probably invalidating the warranty, but sometimes you can only do what you can do to get over a problem. I'll just trim that down a little bit and then the compression elbow will just go onto there. And then hopefully that should just get us out of the problem. As I say, you shouldn't run any silicone around the outside of your electric shower, so that needs to cover on the hole. So hopefully that's what we're going to do. As I say, sometimes, I mean, a good tradesman can normally get over anything. You just sometimes just have to think about the job. But if you've been dealt, you know, if that's what you've been dealt with, sometimes you just have to get over it. I think we can. Now this is the slight problem I've got. It leaves a gap at the side. I'm tempted. It's probably not the right thing to do, to shorten that plastic down a little bit and then obviously get my compression. Normally I'd put a service valve inside the shower, but there's just not going to be room on this one, the way it's been brought out. So I need to try and cover, I need about 15mm on the left. And then obviously when we fix the shower, I know my pipe goes straight down, but as I said, I think the cable should go straight up. So we'll have to have a look at that, but I've just been screwed over a little bit there. As I say, I can trim that hole out to bring the cable a little bit higher. It's just whether I can cover it on the mermaid board. It's going to be a little bit tricky. I'll just cut this pipe back and hopefully, if the cable's not in the way, should be able to do so much with it. My wheel probably needs changing in that. I've just carefully trimmed that out there, and as I say, we'll have to fill that with silicone, but hopefully this now covers. I've just carefully trimmed that back a little bit. We'll have a look. Well, I've managed to cover this on this left hand side. What I've done is just use the compression. Ideally I'd have a service down in there, but I just haven't got space. The cable will go straight in, the electrician will connect that up. So I think it looks okay. You can only sometimes do your best to get over a problem. I'm going to have a look at the screen now, get all that set up. Hopefully we're back on track. It's just, I don't know why they drilled quite such a big hole, but it's not really the end of the world. We got over it. Not ideal, but okay. I always seem to get these things wrong. So on these, obviously handle wants to go in the middle. That's the outside. So your springy one goes on the bottom. You want you to press, and they just fit like that. And same on the other side. So you fix one on the top, and then all you do is drop it into your frame, and then press that down, and it fits in. But sometimes when you don't look at where your handle is, it's easy to get them wrong. Yeah, we've got most of the screen in now. Just got, as I say, the doors to go on. My mate's just screwing it in, and hopefully we should be alright. Alright, I've got this screen all fitted. I've just got to pop the seals on. Hopefully that shall be alright. I can't see it really causing a massive problem. I know some people will say I've shortened that a little bit, but I just had to get over that problem because I couldn't leave a gap. And obviously these showers, you can't silicone around the outside because it invalidates warranty. As I say, I've filled all this with silicone anyway, so that should be fully sealed, so hopefully it's alright. As I say, sometimes you can only do your best when you've been not messed over, but you know, it is what it is. As I say, this shower screen looks alright, to be fair. I might need to just adjust the doors to make sure the gap's even all the way down when we put the seals on. Yeah, hopefully that'll be alright. We'll give the tray a good clean out. I might replace that silicone yet because it's gone a little bit manky. It's just a case of silicone up, and then I've just got the wood burner to fit downstairs as well. And then that's this job all done for me, thank God, because this one's been going on a while. But yeah, I think it looks alright. Probably not my cup of tea with the like the mermaid board tiles, but I think it looks alright. Nice and clean anyway. So yeah, hopefully this one's all done. Alright, I've adjusted these doors a little bit. All you do is get a Phillips screwdriver and you can tip and pivot whichever way you need to go. Basically what you want then is a nice even movement, and just so it meets nicely in the middle. So something like that should be fine. I've just got to put these two outer seals on. You get a shorter one and a longer one. Obviously the shorter one The shorter one just goes on there like that, and then the longer one goes on the inside. And as I say, a good tidy up then. I think it's all decorated in here. Obviously just got to push the downlighters up. So we should be good to silicon up. Hopefully, I normally leave that till absolute last, because otherwise you end up with bits and stuff all in your silicon. As I said, Sparky's just got to wire that up, but hopefully it shouldn't make too much of a mess. So yeah, that should be job done. The reason you put the toggle bit at the bottom is because when you come to fit your screen, you can just depress them in and it sort of locks in position then. And then obviously you hook it in at the top and then you press it in at the bottom and they just sit in then. I might just have to adjust this a little bit. We'll have a look anyway, we just got to put the seals on. And then just silicon everything up, clean everything out and silicon everything up. And that's that job done. It's black as well, so we'll get the appliance set in and then obviously we've got the flue pipe and that to put up and then just the safety checks and stuff to do. So it's the easy bit really. Looks alright to be fair. So we've got access into the chimney if we need it as well. And so we'll clean all that off and spray that all black. It should look good. You won't see any of that anyway once it's in. So yeah, hopefully it should be alright. Right, I'm just setting up this wood burner. Obviously centered it with my starter paste, and obviously we've got it centered with that 150. We've got 150 off there, and then it still gives us our 50. Well, we've got 55 at the back, and then we should have 300. Yeah, we've got 300 in front. The front of that brick. So yeah, we're perfect with that. I just need to. What I'll probably do is take the baffles out, and then we can put the starter piece on wherever we put that. But you can connect it from inside because you can get your hand in to tighten up the screws. And then we just got the piece to go up. So all these baffles are numbered or labelled so you know which way they go. So in order to clean this chimney, you'd obviously have to take these baffles out anyway. So we just need to get the upper one out, and then as I say, we can get a hand in there from underneath to tighten that top piece on once we've got the flue cut to the right length. It's just the easiest way of doing it. And obviously we'll put fire cement and stuff around. But if you do, as I say, this is so you can clean your chimney out, because obviously the flue hasn't got an access piece in. We don't need to put one in because obviously you can sweep through the appliance. Right, that's them baffles out of the way. So if you did need to clean the chimney, which it will only do once a year, you can literally sweep straight through there. So now that gives us free access. We can tighten them nuts up. As I say, once I've got the flue pipe cut, it makes it nice and easy then. These are all serviceable, so you can change these bricks and stuff if they do crack. These are just heat bricks to obviously keep the heat in. And then obviously the baffles will just go straight back in. It's very similar to like an oil box really. So yeah, nice and easy. As I say, I'll just get that flue pipe cut and we'll get this made in. The good thing about doing it this way, you can slide that up and you're not struggling to get it in then, especially when you're on your own. So you can slide that up, screw that down. Obviously you've got a rope seal on there that'll make good on there. We'll put fire cement on the inside of that. It's quite tight fit anyway, and obviously we'll just fire cement at the top. But I just need to work out the height of this. We'll cut this, yeah, and it'll be fine. Right, I've just got that flue position now. What I'm going to do, I use this Regan high temperature flue seal just to go around there. And again at the top, and then I'm going to spray that plate black. I'll mask everything up, and then to clean, I've got a really good way of cleaning these fire skit, all these marks off as well. I think that'll look quite nice. Then we'll do our safety checks. We'll check the CO alarm and stuff like that. But yeah, it's coming together. I think that'll look quite nice when it's all done. Obviously we've got our correct clearances at the back, correct clearances at the front. Obviously it's fully centralised, so yeah, I think that looks nice. Right, I just banged some of that Regan stuff in it, and then we'll carefully go around and clean all that off. You get a perfect joint then in black. Just do that at the back. We'll let that go off, and then I'll clean all the marks off the fire. As I say, I've got a really good way of doing that. Right, a really good way of stopping it from dry and smeary. Give it a spray of WD-40, and then just go over it with a normal hand wipe. I just use these cheap ones from the merchant, and then just give it a good, stops it drying all smeary and gets all the white marks off. So you can go over it a couple of times and it just shines it all up. Yeah, they're all good. As I say, I've just got the plate to spray at the top black, and then just do the safety checks and we're done then. Hopefully the ventilation, I mean this fire itself shouldn't need ventilation, but obviously if it doesn't pull, we'll have to put a vent in. So yeah, I think that'll look nice. All I'm going to do is give the top plate a spray with black amorite. So you shouldn't see it anyway, but if you look up, it will just all look black then. It'll look perfect rather than just seeing the silver. So when you look back, you can't see it, but it should be alright. I'm just checking all my air controls are working on the fire. Obviously I've got to do my smoke test one and then all the other checks as well. But it's starting to come together. This is just to make sure the controls are working, which it should be because it's new, but you still need to check them. What I'll do is once I've passed all the safety checks, my carbon monoxide alarm's in position, I can do I can light a fire then, so we can make sure it's all burning properly. Right, so I've just lit a bit of a fire. Sometimes when these are brand new, they give off a little bit of a smell. I just need to go and find some timber. There should be some kicking about outside somewhere. Ideally, you want to be burning timber with less than 20% moisture content, but it doesn't seem to be spilling, which is good. So the ventilation's okay. We've got a CO alarm in the correct position on the ceiling as well, which is good. So yeah, it's just a case of filling out the paperwork for it now, and obviously, ideally, if the customer's here, I'll do a handover and show them how to light it and all the air controls and stuff. So I'll probably have to pop back and do that when the customer's here, but that's no real drama. We're just getting tanks out. To be fair, this one's empty. I've left my torch on a boiler swap I did yesterday, so I need to get myself. It was my Makita one with my battery in, so I might go back and get it. Well, if I can be bothered. I might get that bit of 22 out, to be fair, because that's the old overflow. Runs all the way along. Got a little bit of scrap there. I need to get them uni lights look pretty good. I know MJ Tiff uses them, so I might get myself one of them. I might use his discount code, to be fair. So I just got to get this tank out, try and get all the pipe out as well, because I'm a pikey. And yeah, then I'm done here. That's mine and the taxman's reward for taking the tank out. A little bit of copper look. To be fair, I got a little bit more downstairs as well, but obviously you have to pay tax on it all, but it's a nice little bit at Christmas if somebody doesn't nick it like they did last year, but that's a different story. So yeah, that's all them tanks out anyway. I'll just put all the insulation back, put the lid back, and I'm done. Thank heavens for that. There it is, look. Right, that fire's all fitted. I've had a little bit of a fire lit. It's dried a little bit smeary on the bottom, so I'll let that cool and just clean off backwards, clean off around there. Let me just spin the camera around. So yeah, I'll let that cool down, clean up. I need to have a good tidy up in here anyway. There's a few bits left to finish in the house. I'm pretty much done, to be fair. I've just got to go up in the roof and take the tanks out because I've put a coffee in. So bathroom's all done for me. So I got the shower all done. It's basic stuff really. So just pedestal, basin, toilet, bath. Shower's not obviously wide up yet. So just up in the roof, take the tanks out. I've got rid of all them pipes over there. I need to have a tidy up in here, shower screen. Obviously I'll put all TRVs and stuff on. Just got, yeah, have a tidy up really, all the boilers commissioned. Just need to fill out the paperwork for that. That worked a little bit. Yeah, I think it's just about alright. They'll have to put a doorstop on the door, to be fair. That's where they wanted the tower rail, so is what it is. I could have shortened the brackets down a little bit, but then I don't know, it is what it is. If they say something, I can always shorten the brackets, but I think it'd be fine. I think the customer's seen it, I think they're happy with it, so it's just worked a little bit tight. There was no really place you could have a tower rail, to be fair. Could have had a smaller one on there, but it is what it is. Or you could have had one over there, but then might have been burning your legs a little bit. That's where they wanted it anyway, so as I say, I'll have a tidy up in here. I'll spin the camera around because this is probably going to be the end of the video. I don't know how long it is, this video, but so yeah, so if you did enjoy this week's video, make sure you hit the like button. If you didn't, hit the dislike button, and I'll see you next week. I'm trying to do one video a week. I've kind of messed up a little bit because the editing software that I used was free, but for some reason they've changed it to like premium now, so you can only upload in, if you want to upload in HD, like 1080p, you've got to pay like $9.99 a month. So I've got a new software, which takes a little bit of time to get your head around because it's like completely different to the old one. I don't mind paying, but it just seems a bit expensive. I'd sooner just pay like 90 quid for some software and have it for life. So yeah, a lot of my videos that I was editing, I've had to like scrap them and then re-upload them onto this other software. So it's been a bit of a nightmare really. It's taken like You don't realise how long stuff takes. So actually, I sat down last night to edit a video, like a 10-minute video. It took like 3 hours on this new software. It's just a nightmare, but it's what it is. I'll get used to it. I'll get quicker on it. As I say, I've used the old one for over a year now, and it was perfect because I could just put my videos on, edit the timeline, add the audio, etc., etc., and it was brilliant. But as I say, they just wanted to charge like, I think it was like $9.99 or $11.99 a month for 1080p. You could only upload in 360, which is terrible. So, as I say, I've got this new software now. I just need to, because what I do is if I film like a 5-minute video, I'll upload it and edit it and then add to it. But I've lost all that videos in theory, so I'll sort it. So yeah, as I say, if you did enjoy this video, make sure you hit the like button. If you didn't, hit the dislike button, and I'll see you next week. Thank you all for watching. I just cleared the last few smears off that fire and just gave it another wipe. I think it looks really nice actually. I think hopefully the customer are really happy with that. I quite like that one. It's a really good quality fire. It's all, as I say, I've commissioned it all. So yeah, good job that I think.